Good morning and welcome to my sunrise practice here on the mat. You're going to see that I'm out in nature here at Lake of the Ozarks, and you might hear the buzzing of a horsefly. So I have a handy dandy little flip-flop here to do a little swat if I need to, because those are kind of evil creatures. But I just want you to know that always with great intention, there's always a distraction or a disruption that comes in. And so for this morning for me, it was horseflies. I questioned whether or not even to record this video. However, I'm like, I'm just going to deal with it, because sometimes we just have to deal with the distractions and the disruptions. And so as you rest on your mat today, find yourself lying back flat, and let's enjoy our practice. Find your breath as you have your body lay flat on the mat. Breathe in through your nostrils. Exhale. One more inhale. Let it go with a sigh. Find your feet to rest gently as your knees bend onto the mat. Inhale. And on the exhale, grab your right leg and draw your right knee towards your chest as you extend your left leg long on the mat. Flex your feet. Allow your toes to separate as you flex and bring your knee to your nose. Breathe. Maybe take your head and rotate it left and right. Inhale, and on the exhale, release your right leg to meet your left. Inhale, exhale, draw your left knee to your chest. Spread your toes apart, flexing your feet. Envision your feet are planted on a floor. Inhale. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Feel that first awakening opening of the front side of your hips. Roll your shoulders away. Exhale, release. Inhale. And on the exhale, draw your right knee back towards your chest. And this time on the inhale, extend your right leg with energy up towards the ceiling or the sky if you're enjoying this outside like I am. Breathe. Now remove your hands and allow simply just the energy and the strength of your hip flexors to hold your right leg up towards the sky as you flex your right foot, flex your left foot, and press your left heel down into the mat. Feel how that engages your core and gains strength around your lower belly. Roll your shoulders back. Maybe extend your occipital ridge. Inhale. And on the exhale, allow... Wow, I think a bunch of geese just landed out in the lake. Did you hear that? That's fun. Love nature. Allow your right leg to open up towards the right as you extend your heel. Continually keeping that strength within your right hip flexor. Inhale and rotate your toes on your right leg towards the floor, taking your heel towards the ceiling. Feel that strength. Draw your core in, keeping that energy of your left foot pressing into the floor on the left side. Inhale, extend your leg back up towards the ceiling. On your next exhale, allow your right leg to extend at a 45-degree angle, however far it goes, really. Just draw your right hip, keep your right hip planted on the mat as you just extend your right leg towards the left. Breathe.
Bring your leg back to center. Exhale, allow your right leg to meet your left. As you lie here flat on your mat and breathe, check in with your body. How does it feel? My right side feels just a little longer than what my left side does. Inhale. On the exhale, draw your left knee into your chest, flexing your feet. Inhale. And on your next exhale, extend your left leg up towards the ceiling, foot flexed, spread those toes apart. Your toes are not friends. They don't want to be next to each other. It's like, gotta keep them separated. Hey, there we go. Got our little wake up call. Inhale. Find that pressure of your right heel into the mat as you extend your left leg up towards the ceiling. Draw your core and the core of your back into the floor. Inhale, and on the exhale, open up to the left. Breathe. A lot of times you can do this with a strap. I like to do it with my own body, simply due to having the strength of my muscles hold my legs, so I am just continually staying active. Keeping those muscles activated gains strength as well as circulation. Got to keep that blood circulating around all of these muscles and tendons and bones. Breathe. Inhale your left leg back to center. Feel that core of your thigh engaged, and allow your left leg to just reach over to the right side. Maybe it reaches a 45-degree angle. Maybe it doesn't. It's okay. Keeping your left hip drawing towards the mat as you keep your core engaged. Feel what it feels like to press your right heel into the ground. Breathe. Inhale back to center. Allow your left leg to meet that longer right leg, and you should feel back to normal. My legs are equal. Praise God. Inhale. And on the exhale, draw both of your knees into your chest. Maybe move from side to side. Give your low back a nice little massage. And when you're ready, roll on up and come on into your tabletop. Breathe. Toes either flexed or flat on the floor, whatever is best for you this morning. Check in with your wrist and shoulder alignment and allow your gaze to go up to the ceiling as your belly draws down towards the floor. Roll your shoulders back, press your sit bones back. Inhale, and on the exhale, gently allow your spine to move and open and feel each vertebra open up as you draw your low back up towards the ceiling, rounding your spine, rounding your shoulders away from one another, drawing your chin towards your chest. Make that lovely double chin. Inhale, gaze back towards the ceiling. I like to make my goal to look at the seam of the wall. This morning, I'm just looking for that sun. Inhale, and on the exhale, stretch that back out again. Pressing the floor away with your hands, maybe gripping your fingertips into the floor as you really extend that low back up and feel each vertebra getting some separation and blood flow. Inhale, come back to neutral. As you are in neutral, recognize all of the strength that you have within your hands as you take your body weight into your hands and lift your your right leg back.
This is where I personally like to flex my toes. It gives me a little more stability. If you feel more stable on your left, on the top of your foot, feel free to keep your toes on your left leg any way that you'd like. Inhale. As you reach your right foot back, flex your heel and spread your toes, just like what we were doing in that extended leg lift. Inhale, and on the exhale, extend your left arm out in front of you, bird dog. Keep your gaze down towards the mat. Draw your right hip to be in alignment with your left. Taking and pressing your right hand into the mat. Feel how as you extend your left arm forward and your right hand presses into the mat as you stay engaged with reaching your right foot back, spreading your right toes. Recognize the opening in your right side body. Exhale. Come back to neutral. Inhale. Allow your belly to drop towards the floor. They call this cow. Moo. I like to go move it, move it. Inhale. Exhale. Press the small of your spine up towards the ceiling. Round your shoulders away from each other. Press your hands into the mat. Press your feet into the mat as you come into this cat stretch. Inhale back to center. On the next exhale, extend your left leg back behind you. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, foot flexed on your left leg, pressure in your left hand to support you. Inhale, extend your right arm out in front. Breathe. Keep your gaze towards the mat. Finding that your shoulders decided to break up with your ears again. How come my shoulders want to be best friends with my ears, my toes want to be best friends with each other, when all we want to do is, here you go again, gotta keep it separated. Hey! Breathe. Keep pressing into the mat with your left hand, extending your left heel back towards the wall behind you, extending your right arm out in front. Maybe take a great smile this morning. Exhale. Bring your right hand to meet your left. One more, dropping your belly towards the floor. Press your hands up into the, push your hands into the floor. Breathe. Exhale. Allow your spine to get that blood flow again. Maybe take your head from side to side as you're pressing and drawing your chin in towards your chest. Exhale. Inhale. Find your first down dog. Press back with your hands, drawing your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Drawing your heels. Your heels may not come down to the mat, which is perfectly fine. Just drawing your heels towards the mat as you extend your sit bones towards the ceiling. Breathe. Inhale, extend your right leg up into the air. Get that great extension, and then exhale, right leg between your hands. Drop your back knee onto the floor. Inhale. Find your hands onto your right leg. Breathe. Allow yourself, if you'd like to, maybe challenge yourself a little bit this morning or this afternoon or this evening, wherever you are. I'm still waiting for the sun to rise up over this mountain. Roll your shoulders back, extend your fingertips down along your side body. Fingertips reaching and allowing those shoulders to completely separate from your neck, giving it space, extending, drawing up towards the ceiling with the crown of your head. Breathe. Smile. Inhale, and on the exhale, come forward, placing your hands next to your foot, or you can have some blocks if you would like to raise up the floor. Sometimes we want to raise the floor, and just allow yourself to come back onto your heel in a low lunge, half split. Half split. Inhale, and on the exhale, allow your head to come towards your leg as you draw your chin in towards your chest. Breathe. Inhale, come back into half lunge. Arms up overhead. Breathe. Inhale, flip your back toes on your bottom leg if they're not already. Inhale, feel the pressure of pressing those toes and opening those toes. And if you would like to challenge yourself, you can take your hands to your right thigh and press up into crescent lunge. Inhale, feel the strength as you press your heel into the floor and you press your balls of your back legs, feet, into the floor. Extend your arms up overhead. Maybe get a little deeper in your front leg. Roll your shoulders away from your ears, away from my ears. I have to remind myself all day to break up my shoulders from my ears. Inhale. On the exhale, bring your hands down to frame your foot. Come back in a down dog. Breathe. Feels so good to come back and just rest in this posture. Inhale, extend your left leg up overhead. Exhale, left leg in between your hands. Come on down with your right knee to meet the mat. Finding your stability, come up, arms overhead. If it's more comfortable for you, you can keep your hands directly onto your left thigh, or you can also stay with your hands down on blocks or on the floor, whatever's best for you. I like to feel an awakening in my muscles, in my joints. Even sometimes I'm like, oh, I can feel my bone. It's my bone. Inhale, your arms up overhead. Exhale, come forward. Allow your hands to frame your front foot and roll back on your heel into half split. Take your gaze forward. Breathe. Feel that great opening within your hamstrings. And on the exhale, allow your head to just hang. Chin into chest. We encourage double chins around here. It's like, allow your chin to become double and roll your shoulders away from your ears. That's challenging. It's like, oh, I didn't even know my shoulders were up by my ears. Inhale, come forward onto your left leg. And again, hands up on your left thigh. Arms up overhead. Flip your back toes. Press those back toes into the floor. Maybe find your hands back on your thigh and come on up into your crescent lunge. Feels so good. Na 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 na. I knew that I wouldn't now. There's so many songs that come through. Are you the same as me? It's like, oh my gosh, there's so many songs that just come through. It's like, I don't know where that came from. I call it muscle memory of my brain and all the 80s music that comes into my brain. At all times, roll your shoulders away from your ears. Press in with your back toes. Press your heel towards the back wall. Maybe come forward on your front knee a little bit more. And smile. Inhale. On the exhale, Hands come to frame your front foot and push forward and come into a forward fold. Breathe. Maybe bend your knees. Give yourself a little nice break. Allow your head to hang heavy. So fun. Feeling that stretch in your low back and your hips. Inhale, on up to standing, arms up overhead. Maybe readjust. Find your feet planted on the floor. You could be hip width distance apart, or if you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit more, we're gonna move into some chair poses. You can put your feet closer together. Totally up to you. Most importantly, plant your heels onto the mat. Just find a softness in your knees. As you lift and spread your toes, find that boredom finger on the desk movement with your toes, allowing your pinky toe, your ring toe, 2 middle toes planted, and then finally your big toe planted on the mat as you come down into your first chair. Breathe. This is something that we do often. We constantly sit. We are a sitting society. And the more that we can sit without something below our behind, the better it is for the strength of our quads, our hip flexors, our core. Shoot your sit bones down. What that means is kind of do that Elvis pelvic tilt and draw that little puffy part of our little bellies that most ladies just complain about. You can draw that in and gain strength. Press your feet into the mat. As you press your feet into the mat, feel like you have a ball and you're squeezing in, but you're actually pressing out into the side blades of your feet. Inhale, arms up overhead. Breathe. Challenging yourself a little bit more if you'd like. Sit down a little bit farther. Breathe. Inhale. And on the exhale, find your hands in prayer. Bending more deeply, find your right elbow to meet your left thigh. They call this prayer twist. Inhale. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, arms back overhead, staying in your chair posture. If you need to come up and you're welcome to, but find that chair again. Inhale, and on the exhale, prayer twist. Left elbow onto your right thigh. Breathe. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward fold. Continue to breathe. Find your halfway lift. And then let's spread our feet out, healing toe all the way. Sorry, felt like I had a mosquito on my leg. Find the outer edges of your feet onto the outer edge of your mat, bending your knees greatly. Find your hips to sit down in a deep squat, like you're copping a squat in the woods, right, ladies? Woo! Breathe. I'll be doing that this coming week. This coming week, I'm gonna hike a 14er out in Colorado. And I'm thinking when I hike a 14er, I'm going to be copping a squat up on that mountain because I'm probably going to have to go to the potty. This is one thing that has been lost within women specifically. I talk about this a lot, and it's so important. As you find yourself in your squat, roll your shoulders away. Breathe. Draw your sit bones down. towards the mat. Press your heels into the floor. You can even take your hands out in front of you, open palm, keeping your elbows pressing towards your thighs as you press your thighs towards your elbows. Breathe. Clap the bugs away from you if you are out here in the bug world. Hear the geese fly by. Breathe. Inhale. On the exhale, find your right hand to plant itself down on the floor as you extend your left arm up overhead. Draw in your core. Breathe. Inhale, and on the next exhale, find your left hand to press onto the floor as you extend your right arm up overhead. Exhale. Find yourself in any way that you can, maybe just taking your hands back behind you and gently find yourself seated on the mat. Draw your sit bones down towards the mat as you move your rump out from underneath you. Bring your right ankle up underneath your left sit bone and kind of sit on your sit on your right foot. Sorry, I got a little stalled with my instruction. And then cross over your left foot over your right knee. Inhale. This can just feel good right here. Just pressing your left foot into the floor. As you press your left foot into the floor, drawing your left hip towards your right ankle. Roll your shoulders away. Inhale, extend your right arm up overhead. Feel how your ribs disengage with your right pelvis. Inhale, and on the exhale, maybe take a twist to the left, taking and planting a kickstand with your left hand behind your back. As you twist to the left, press with whatever strength you'd like your right elbow into the backside of your left thigh. Breathe. Maybe move your head around. Inhale. Unwind. I call this wringing out the dish rag. When we come to the end of just a practice like this, you always want to wring out the core. And so finding yourself doing twists at the end of a practice is just great. It's just exactly like, have you ever like gone to go and grab the dish rag and somebody just left it in the bottom of the sink and it's just like all sloppy and ucky? That's how your body feels if we don't wring it out after we get done doing a practice like this. So I call this wringing out the dish rag. Anyone who practices with me knows that term. So find yourself twisted on the other side, cross that right leg up over your left sit bone resting underneath your left heel underneath your right sit bone. Breathe. Inhale. Extend your left arm up overhead, roll those shoulders away. Maybe check in and feel what muscles are engaged right now as you press your right foot down into the mat. Inhale, allow your right hand to become a kickstand behind your spine as you extend your left arm up over your right leg and twist to the right. Take your gaze wherever it's comfortable. I like to kind of move my head back and forth. See what it feels like as you're twisted to press that right foot into the floor a little bit more. Inhale, come back to center. And allow your feet to come flat to the mat, rolling your shoulders back. And allow yourself to just lean back.
Resting on your sit bones, engaging your core. And then if you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit more, find your boat. Get on the boat, the banana boat. See, a little jingle from the 80s or the 90s. Inhale, and on the exhale, find yourself just simply and slowly staying in your boat and come on down to a low boat. Low, how low can you go? Hold. Draw your knees into your chest. Maybe do a nice little side to side, kind of the way we began. Breathe. And on the exhale, find your legs out straight. Roll your shoulders underneath you. Allow yourself to take one more nice deep inhale through your nostrils. And then let it go with a sigh. Again, one more inhale. Fill that belly with air. Allow that belly to feel like it's going to have a popped balloon in it. And then exhale it with a sigh. Allow yourself to just simply feel your body being held by the earth. Palms facing the ceiling. Shoulders nicely tucked away. Shoulders are drawing away from your ears. Feet are relaxed. Heels resting on the floor. Continue to allow yourself to just simply breathe. Blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of the Lord. Blessed are those who keep his testimonies, who seek him with the whole heart. They also do no iniquity. They walk in his ways. You have commanded us to keep your precepts diligently. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep your statutes. Then I would not be ashamed when I look into all your commandments. I will praise you with uprightness of heart when I learn your righteous judgment, and I will keep your statutes. Oh, do not forsake me utterly. As we continue with our breath and we inhale through our nostrils, the breath of life that was breathed into us from the beginning of time. Heavenly Father, we just come to you and we thank you. We thank you for this practice. We thank you for the ability to move our bodies. We thank you for the ability to stay mobile, to continue to gain strength and balance. Lord, our strength comes from you. You designed us in your image. And the more that we just continually follow and participate in your purpose, the more that you will strengthen us. So Lord, I just thank you, and I lift every single person up who's watching this video, Lord. And I ask for you to meet with them right now. Let them know what you want them to know as they walk in the path of your purpose. Lord, I thank you. I thank you for your word. I thank you for your commandments. And I thank you for, above all else, your love.
We thank you, we praise you, receive you in Jesus' name. Amen. You can continue to lie on the mat as long as you would like. Allow yourself time to rest, reset. I thank you for joining me on the mat today, and I'll see you next time. Remember, whatever is true, pure, lovely, admirable, noble, if anything is praiseworthy or excellent, think upon those things. Talk to you soon.